So 8-Bit Eric actually did start out as a nickname from somebody at my last job. I had an office job, um, 2009 to like 2013. I had an office job, and a lot of them at the time I did not have a current generation video game system. I had a Wii, and that was like it. Like before that, so at the time I had like Atari, NES, Super Nintendo, 64, and a Wii and a GameCube and a Dreamcast, maybe, give or take. And my friends had like PS3s and Xbox 360s, and I didn't have any of those. So they laughed at me because they played current uh, video games. They were like, oh, we're gonna play this, we're gonna play that, and I was like, they were like, oh, haha, look at it. Like they weren't retro gaming people at all. Like they didn't understand why people would play an old game. Like they didn't really understand why I would go flea marketing for NES games. And some people are like that, believe it or not. Some people are like that. So they would call me 8-Bit Eric. They'd be like, oh shit, guys, look, it's 8-Bit Eric coming. And it was kind of like a little inside joke. They're like, why are you reviewing old games? Nobody wants to watch videos of old video games on YouTube. And I'm like, you'd be surprised, dude. There's a pretty big retro gaming community. And so it just stuck with me. I was like, 8-Bit Eric. 8-Bit Eric. Okay. All right. 8-Bit Eric. And I changed because the channel was actually called Messy Video Game Nerd when I started. And Messy Video Game Dude. And then it changed to 8-Bit Eric, and I thought that was a little bit more original. The reason why it was called Messy Video Game Nerd was at the time me and Kristen had an apartment, and I had all of my crap in like the kitchen pantry. Like there was no room in this apartment, and I had all my games in the kitchen pantry, and she's like, man, you just got a mess everywhere. There's an angry video game nerd and you're the messy video game nerd. And I was like, that's funny. So I originally started, and these videos are actually like private right now, but my first video that I tried to do was a parody of AVGN, and I even made my own version of the AVGN theme song, but with my song. It was he's gonna play with his NES as soon as he cleans up all this mess. Who really cares about being clean, or who really cares about being, okay, hold on, I fucked it up. It's he's gonna play with his NES as soon as he cleans up all this mess. Who really cares about being neat when there's so many games that he'd like to beat? He's the messiest gamer you ever heard. He's the messy video game nerd. It was something like that. So it was like a parody, and the whole gimmick was I was messy as fuck and all that. And then I changed it. Just because I didn't want to be a parody channel. We already had enough of those, right? So I became 8-Bit Eric because my friends were buttholes.